Welcome back to Morons. This is our second episode of the best variety entertainment show there is. I'm your host, Charlie, joined by...
Grayson, the funny one.
You're not funny.
Well, we have a little less funny show for you today.
Right, let's dive right into our first segment with Nico walking up to random teachers and students here at Porter County Career Center.
What's the worst excuse that you've ever gotten from a student for not turning in an assignment?
I don't have a computer.
Bruh.
What's something that one person does or multiple people do in class that bothers you?
Like when you don't understand something and like they make it like a big deal that like they understand it.
When they think they're better than everyone and can just do whatever they want.
All right. And then my second question is, what's the most like NPC thing you've done or seen done? Like either here, at your home school, anything.
I would probably say like making like random noises like in the middle of class.
People like full on sprinting down the hallway.
All right. Thank you guys for your time.
Of course.
And what's the worst excuse a student has ever given you?
It actually came from this guy right here. One day when it was really cold outside, his car would not, it started, but it wouldn't go forward. So you know what he did? He only lives a few blocks from here. So he put it in reverse and he drove the car in reverse 5 blocks and actually parked it in the parking lot so he would not be late for my class.
What's the worst excuse you've ever heard from a student?
I don't know that it's the worst, but it's the best. I had a student who did not show up until, except for really, really late at an 8th grade class fair as a mentor because he got pulled over by a police officer. He actually had the police officer write him an excuse note, and he did. I framed it.
All right, my first question is, what's one thing that one person does or multiple people does that annoys you in class, either here or at your home school?
Yeah, I don't like when people smell bad and stink up the classroom.
All right, and then my second question is, what's like the most NPC thing you've seen, either here or at your home school?
You might see a tail or some collars every once in a while.
Yeah, I can agree with the tail, and you see people wear like custom like LeBron shirts, like Cinnabron on it.
And what's the worst excuse you've ever given to get out of being late to school or an assignment?
So basically, the worst excuse was, so I put my car in neutral and just stopped working. So me and my car would come together in one piece. So I had to push my car to vocational class, right? And yeah, I just pushed it for real. I was like this.
Sheesh! That would really bug me too.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that there were so many NPCs here. You know what an NPC is, Grayson?
Yes, it's an acronym.
For?
Yes.
Non-playable character?
Yeah, I knew that. I was just testing you.
Okay, we just got over a little chilly phase.
Yeah, and you know the Winter Olympics are going on, right?
Yeah, we actually have someone here who loves hockey. Matt. So let's hear from Matt about the Hockey Winter Olympics.
Hey guys, and welcome to a special update on Morons. Today we're going to discuss about the Winter Olympics men's hockey side with teams representing each home countries coming up. Without further ado, let's dive right into the teams. In Group A, we have the following 4 teams: Canada, Switzerland, Czechia, and France. In Group B, here are the 4 teams representing each country: Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, and Italy. And last but not least is Group C with the 4 teams representing their home country: United States, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark. That's all for today's special update on Morons. For PC3 Sports, I'm Matt Isley, and we'll see you next time.
We've got some cold matchups this year.
Grayson, I thought we talked about this. This is supposed to be a serious segment.
You think I listened to you? I don't know what you're on about, but we've never talked about anything. Just how cool I am.
Yeah, well, you're not that cool. And I need a snack, and I'm sure you need to use the bathroom again. So we'll see everyone after this quick break.
Welcome to Parlor Donuts, where not every donut has to be sweet. At Parlor, they decided to flip the script, because sometimes your cravings call for something different. So Parlor went savory with their classic donuts, with 6 new flavors that include chicken bacon ranch, Hawaiian barbecue chicken, pig and fig, OG pepperoni, buffalo chicken, and margarita. They're delicious, unexpected, handcrafted, and perfect for when you want a donut, but not all that sugar. They're everything you know and love about Parlor's signature donuts, but with a yummy, savory twist. So come to Parlor Donuts and try out the new savory donuts. Are you tired of watching the same old TV shows? Do you want something with a little more flair? Well, go to PC3 Media's website for creative student-ran programming. We have engaging sports and radio shows, fun morning shows, and unique student-created films. It's a creative hub where students can create unique segments and explore their own creativity. If you want to get ahead of the curve and see what is coming from the next generation of talent, go to pc3media.com.
Welcome back to the second episode of Morons. Newsflash, I didn't get to use the bathroom again.
Grayson, we had time. You even have toilet paper on your shoe.
You know, toilet paper can be a craft. Speaking of crafts, Olivia has some bedazzling she's been doing. Let's see how sparkly she made that book.
There's nothing better at the end of a long day than relaxing and bedazzling. As you may remember from some of my previous segments, I've been bedazzling for a while now, and I'd say it's truly one of my favorite pastimes. I find it to be extremely relaxing and it helps bring out my creativity. One of my friends got me into the hobby after I saw her doing it, and today I am bedazzling the book, The Long Game. The Long Game is the sequel to the hit book series Hid Rivalry. The Long Game focuses on the established relationship between Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov, and how they navigate to being a true couple while coping with their own personal struggles, hiding the relationship, and the impact it has on their lives. To start off, you got to aesthetically pour your Mod Podge. So no, I got the bedazzling glue after I already started, so I switched to that. You can use any color you want, but I wanted the colors to be close enough to the cover. To get the feel of a good bedazzling, I like to start at the corners and outline the book cover. Hopefully this has inspired you to sparkle up your life. I also hope that you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, that's okay, because I enjoy doing it. For PC3, I'm Olivia.
The Long Game, a heated rivalry sequel. Honestly, not that big into romance, but this actually grabbed my attention.
Well, I love fantasy, and most importantly, The Hobbit. But that book was sparkly. Charlie, do you like sparkles?
I hate sparkles, Grayson. I hate anything sparkly. The Hobbit, it was okay. I just didn't like I had to read it for a class.
I also had to read it for a class, but thank you, Miss Mills, freshman year.
But I do like music.
I bet it's like pop or country.
I enjoy a variety, Grayson. Not just pop or country. I actually don't like country. You got a favorite music taste?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Well, Ben's gonna introduce
I listen to rain sounds, actually. I feel like rain sounds are just such a wonderful way of having music, you know? It's truly just it's like nature's music. You know how nature talks? That's nature's music, like peeing. I need to pee, actually.
Do you need white noise when you sleep?
No, just rain.
That's white noise.
No, that's rain.
That's white noise.
It's actually nature's noise, thank you.
Anyway, Ben's gonna introduce us to a new genre today.
Hey guys, welcome to Genre 101. This series is all about diving into super weird, obscure, and niche music genres. And I'm here to share some hidden gems that you probably have never heard of. Honestly, I've been through a ton of music phases, played in a handful of bands, and I grew up in a family where music is everything. It's like the heartbeat of our lives, you know? My passion for finding underrated artists and sharing their stories has only gotten stronger, and that's what this series is for. Shining a light on those awesome bands and musicians who really deserve more love. In this episode, we're checking out the dreamy vibes of dream pop, which is, as magical as it sounds. Let's get into it. The first major wave of dream pop emerged in the early to mid-1980s, with pioneering bands from the UK, especially those signed to the 4AD label like Cocteau Twins and This Mortal Coil. Imagine driving on a foggy spring morning on a road that goes deep through the forest. That's the essence of early dream pop. The genre drew heavily from the post-punk movement. After all, it was the 80s, layering ethereal soundscapes with shimmering, excessive reverb, whispery vocals, and an ambient haze that can make you feel like you're floating in a dream. Just listen to See Swallow Me by Cocteau Twins for a taste. As the decade turned, the sound evolved and expanded, with bands like Slowdive and Galaxy 500 infusing dream pop with a fresh energy and creativity. During the late 1980s and early 90s, dream pop began its slow but steady ascent into mainstream consciousness, captivating listeners with its immersive textures and hypnotic rhythms. Then we move on to the 2000s, where synths start to be implemented into the genre. In this era of dream pop, we have cleaner, more refined sounds, and a lot of bands even started fusing with other genres like ambient, glitch pop, indie-tronica, and chamber pop. This would also be the decade where the well-known dream pop duo from Baltimore called Beach House would debut their first self-titled album before releasing Devotion in 2008. Nowadays, we have genre-bending albums like Ocean by DIIV, Ruins by Grouper, Hurry Up, We're Dreaming by M83, and many, many more. Many bands from the past few years have even gone back to the old 90s sound, such as Daydream Twins, Julie, LSD and the Search for God, and She's Green. Many people nowadays get this genre confused with shoegaze when they hear it, so let's talk about that for a second. Dream pop is focused on pure ethereal and dreamy textures, while shoegaze is focused on drony, distorted textures with certain ethereal aspects to it. Take My Bloody Valentine, for example. They love to distort their songs as much as they can. Nowadays, a lot of pop and rap musicians take influence from dream pop. For example, any Lana Del Rey ballad with a slow tempo, heavy reverb on vocals, and cinematic pads is basically dream pop aesthetics applied to pop songwriting. A lot of pop and rap musicians have applied ambience and dreamlike textures to their tracks, like A$AP Rocky and his pioneering of the cloud rap genre. So that's dream pop for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Benjamin Crane from PC3 Media. Have a musical day.
It was pretty relaxing, actually. Very nice.
Gee Willikers, I actually really like that kind of music. Have you ever heard a space song? It's kind of like that.
Nope. But it sounds like out of this world, eh?
Okay, I need a break from this guy. We'll be right back.
I have to use the bathroom.
At PC3, students get the chance to chat with and interview a wide variety of influential people. Ever want to hear from a ESPN host or a local music artist? Our show featured incredible guests like NBA host Kristen Ledlow, local fair queen Gwen Weaver, meteorologist Alyssa Heilman, MMA fighter Shale Sonnen, and so many more interesting guests. Want to see what we can do and all the exciting people we meet? Check out PC3 Media on YouTube and don't miss all these exciting interviews. Subscribe today.
Are you interested in learning about filmmaking? Do you want to work on a sports broadcast? Maybe you've always wanted to try your own talk show. Well, the Porter County Career Center has just the class for you. In our radio and television vocational, you can learn many media skills by taking part in the recording of short films, working on skits, hosting your own talk shows, and being on the crew for many types of athletic events. Come meet the teachers and learn more about our radio and television class at one of our open houses on December 2nd or January 22nd at 5:30 p.m. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back to Morons, the awesomest entertainment show there is. I'm Grayson, and this is Charlie.
Okay. I'm actually really excited for this next thing that's coming up.
Oh yeah, it's about cars. Not my favorite thing.
But, you know, Transformers, they transform into cars, and I love Transformers. Don't you like Transformers?
Yeah, my favorite Transformer is this guy named Ballpoint. I just recently learned his name, and he actually becomes a ballpoint pen. The next segment is about cars, brought to you by Luke.
There we go.
This is my dad's 1994 Civic SI hatchback.
When you put a stock 1994 Honda Civic SI hatchback next to the import nut build, you're not just comparing parts, you're comparing evolution. From the factory, the 94 SI was simple and pure, a 1.6-liter D16 VTEC making about 125 horsepower, barely 2,400 pounds, and a 5-speed manual that begged to be revved out. It wasn't about brute force, it was about balance, momentum, carrying speed through corners. The chassis was light and forgiving, the steering was raw and communicative, and the car felt alive in your hands, but it had limits: soft suspension, modest brakes, and an open differential that would spin the inside tire when pushed hard. Now enter the import nut build. The single cam heart is gone, replaced with the JDM B18 GSR, a high-revving, dual overhead cam VTEC engine with more power, more torque, and a much more aggressive personality. Paired with the upgraded intake components, a performance header, full exhaust, lightweight flywheel, and Honda tuning, the car doesn't just rev, it charges to redline with urgency. VTEC hits harder, throttle response is sharper, the entire power band feels alive. Underneath, it's even more serious. Adjustable suspension, reinforced bushings, and a dialed-in camber transform the once soft hatch into a planted corner carving machine. And with the Quaife limited slip differential, power actually makes it to the pavement, pulling the car out of corners instead of fighting for traction.
Oh man, that car looked rad. It was so nice.
You're a nerd.
That I am. Anyway, that's all for today's show. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Grayson. And this was Morons.
No, I didn't really like what you had last time. Was there any milk in it?
Probably. I think there was heavy cream.
I'm lactose intolerant. I can't try that.
How dare you? Lactose intolerant in this economy? I mean, come on, there's chocolate, milk, cake, other things that are made of dairy, yogurt. How can you not like this?
Yogurt's got this weird texture to it, and I don't like it.